God still made it. Okay, everybody say? All right, we'll rise for prayer. Facing the east, which is in this direction. Hands outstretched as if you're going to receive a gift as you are. Follow me silently in the Muslim prayer. Allah is the greatest. Allah is the greatest. Allah is the greatest. Allah is the greatest. Surely I've turned myself to thee, O Allah, being upright to he who originated the heavens and the earth, and I'm not of the polytheists. Surely my prayer, my sacrifice, my life, and my death are all for Allah, the Lord of the worlds. No associate has he, and of this I am commanded, for I am of those who submit. O Allah, thou art the King. There is no God but thee. Thou art my Lord, and I am thy servant. And I bear witness that none deserves to be worshipped besides thee, O Allah, who came to us in the person of Master Prophet Muhammad, to whom all holy praises I ever do. O Allah, I have been greatly unjust to myself, and I confess my faults. So grant me protection against all of my faults, as none can grant protection against faults but thee, and guide me to the best of morals, as none can guide to the best of morals but thee, and keep me free of the evil and indecent morals, as none can keep me free of evil and indecent morals but thee. And O Allah, please make Messenger Elijah Muhammad successful, and make we the true followers of Messenger Elijah Muhammad successful. Here in the wilderness of North America, as thou did make Abraham successful, and the true followers of Abraham successful. Well, surely thou art praised and magnified in our midst. O Allah, bless Messenger Elijah Muhammad, and bless we the true followers of Messenger Elijah Muhammad. Here in the wilderness of North America, as thou did bless Abraham, and the true followers of Abraham. Surely thou art praised and magnified in our midst. We are helpers in thy cause, O Allah, by way of thy divine messenger. Please grant to us success. Amen. May be seated. Happy Ramadan to everyone.
Happy Ramadan.
You know, we fast during the month of December for our Ramadan.
Yes, sir.
And we know that we are within our rights when we do that, because the Quran allows us to fast during this month. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad in How to Eat to Live in the book, he says that he prescribed the month of December for us to fast in. He said, as the Orthodox Muslims do in the East. So we fast a like number of other days to make sure that we fulfill our obligation to Allah as Muslims. You see, it's nothing better than being yourself. Would y'all agree? It's nothing better. The older people used to say, stop putting up airs. Y'all heard that saying before. Well, be yourself. And the message says the first thing God told him is to accept your own and be yourself. Well, we as a people have gotten away from all of that. We want to be anybody except ourselves. And thus now, as a result of that, we don't have anything to show for it. Am I right or wrong? I don't see any reward for changing what Messenger Elijah Muhammad gave us to something else. I don't see any greater benefit for doing that. Would y'all agree? So we as a people, we got to get back to Allah. You know, Allah, it says in the scriptures, if you return to me, I will return to you. We need him, am I right? We're in a time where, without Allah, what can we do? I see our people, they're struggling, they're fighting, they're arguing with each other, they're doing things that don't always help our people advance our cause. Am I right or wrong? And you know, the one thing that's missing from us is love of self and kind. You know, we've become a people who love everybody except ourselves. Am I right? We've become a people who we want to be anybody except ourselves, right? You see some of our brothers, they pretend they're Arabs, right? And they walk around, they try to, they really don't speak Islam or Arabic, but they grunt Islam. They grunt a lot of it. You hear it all, but the thing is, why not just be yourself? You know, they have Muslims in China. Been Muslims since time immemorial. They don't try to be Arabs. They're straight Chinese Muslims. Right or wrong?
Right.
You go to Africa, you find Africans who are Muslim. They don't try to be Arabs. Am I right?
Right.
They are straight African Muslims, right? Well, Allah came for us here in the hills of North America when there was no Islam. And when he came to us and saved us, now it's time for him to elevate us. Our people prefer to go another way. Foolishness, am I right or wrong?
Right.
We need to wake up, open our eyes up, and see that nobody loves us but us.
Right.
There's no greater love than the love of a brother, the love of a sister. Am I right? You know, you think the Chinese man or the fellow up the street or the foreigner that came here, opened up businesses, really care about you and your family? They don't care about it. They just want to sell you rice, fried rice, right? You know what I mean? Put a name on something to get your money. Stamp it halal. Then it was just brought to my attention, they opened up a pork section in the halal so-called market. I couldn't believe it. I said, yeah. They said that it's way off a little bit. And it was unbelievable. I said, wow. Because I know that once pork enters, it's no longer what? Halal. It's no longer halal. So the things are, make it look like we need to do these things. But once they have control and mastery in the land, then now what? They can do what they want to do. Right? Cold bed, the halal place, am I right or wrong? Right. Whatever you want. Because some of our people don't know the teachings real good. So they're able to kind and trick them. You see? But those who know the teachings well, they're not going to be able to kind and trick them. Because they are looking at this thing in truth. Now, I don't need somebody to come from Saudi Arabia to pray on my check. I can say, thank you, O Allah, the Lord of all the worlds. I can say that. Thank you, Allah, myself. Am I right? Right. Thank you, Allah. You are most merciful for this chicken. Yes. Amen. Right? And eat my chicken. And Allah respects that just as much as he does for somebody that came from Saudi Arabia and said, am I right? Especially if they got plans to sell hog right behind the chicken. You understand? Especially then. We don't need a lot of things that we go for. So now, every little thing's supposed to be on point, in line, when it comes to Islam, until they win or have control in the land. Then it's everything goes, right? Now, it was easy to point us out as the nation of Islam. Elijah Muhammad, they loved to pick on Minister Jeremiah, you know. They easy to point us out. You know, oh, they not real Muslims. They don't do this. They don't fast in the holy month of Ramadan, the Arab calendar. You know, but we had a track record that they could point to. They were new. So therefore, we couldn't really point at them. We had to give them a little time to do what they do, so they would leave a footprint and have a track record. Am I right? So now we see their footprint and we see their track record. And one thing I can tell you is not beneficial to black people. Am I right or wrong? It's not beneficial. And we can look at them and we can say, well, we never eat pork. Under the messenger, we don't touch pork. We don't want nothing to do with pork. Right? But now, after following these characters, what? Pork is okay now. See, yeah, they got control in the land now. So they're going to do it. Am I right or wrong? We know the guy came for us. And now they've taken this thing all the way full circle to Ramadan. Do you know they have convinced the Christians that we are not Muslims because we fast in the month of December? Yeah, do y'all know that? They have convinced them that we are not Muslims because we don't fast with them during the month that they fast. But today, we're going to get the record straight today. See, I don't want to hear from Abu Bakari. I don't want to hear from Omar. You understand what I'm saying? I don't want to hear from Ali. I don't want to hear nothing from the Hadiths because they are the companions' friends or his partners. Am I right? I want to go straight to the Holy Quran and hear it from Allah himself. And this way, we get the record straight. Am I right? Because if we don't get it straight, our people stay confused. Does it make sense? Well, I'm going to start in the book of the cow, chapter 2, and I'm going to start at 183. And I want to show you something. it starts off reading, "O you who believe." Now right away, that don't mean everybody. Before we even get started, it's not even talking about everybody. Do you follow? It says, "O you who believe." Fasting is prescribed for you as it was prescribed for those before you, so that you may guard against evil. Some people don't even know why they're doing Ramadan. You're fasting to guard yourself what? Against evil. Do you understand? Like pork selling in the place you usually eat something. Hog. You know what I mean? You want to guard yourself against evil. This is why you're fasting. You're not fasting to say, I'm fasting and you're not. Ha ha ha. You're not fasting for that. Am I right? You're not fasting to look better than other Muslims. Pious. You're fasting to guard yourself against evil. Am I right? For a certain number of days. Right? But whoever among you is sick or on a journey, he shall fast a like number of other days. Did y'all hear what I just read? You don't have to do it with them. You can fast a like number of other days. If you are sick or you're on a journey, you may fast a like number of other days. Now, who's any sicker than the black man? Think about it. Who's been made any sicker? Made to eat the worst food, right? Made to suffer the hardest cruel treatment. Been through the hardest rigors that any people ever been through. He got to be sick, right? Mentally, physically, spiritually, he's got to be sick. And you certainly were brought here in chains, so this is not your home, and you definitely on a journey. Now, they have something called the Stockholm Syndrome, which is what most of the Orthodox community has. Stockholm Syndrome is when a captive falls in love with their captor and begin to accept them as a friend. It's called the Stockholm Syndrome. And that's what has happened. They have accepted this man as their friend. But he's a captive. And you're on a journey. You're from Africa. You understand? You were brought here in chains, put on a journey. Now, if you don't understand that, go ahead and keep fasting with them. Let them put you under their rules, bylaws, and all that. But you don't have to do it. And I don't let them trick me. They'll fool you into thinking you're not Muslim because you didn't do it. Am I right or wrong? And those who find it extremely hard may affect redemption by feeding a poor man. Nobody ever mentioned that over there? Did they? If you find it too hard to fast for Ramadan, you mean to tell me you can feed a poor man and still receive from Allah the blessings of the Ramadan fast? Why? Because of good intentions. Do you understand what I'm saying? You don't have to be caught up under their rules and laws. You don't have to do it. You got to get, this is why Jibril, when he came to Prophet Muhammad, I understand better the more I get into Islam. He said, read. Remember? Read in the name of your Lord. Because if you don't read, you don't get it. If you don't understand, if you don't check, you don't get it. People can put one over on you. Am I right or wrong? And you don't want nobody to put one over on you. Does it make sense? What I'm saying? So whoever does not feeding of a poor man. So whoever does good spontaneously, not like, you say, well, here's a chance for us to stand up. Let's run over there and feed these poor people and hang our church sign up. See, that's not spontaneous. Spontaneous is something that happens unplanned. You didn't figure on doing it. You know what I mean? But it says, I want you to listen carefully to this. So whoever does good spontaneously, it is better for him, and that you fast is better for you if you know. You see, if you do good, by feeding the poor man, you acted in a spontaneous manner. You just did good. You know what I'm saying? And they say, if you want something for Santa there, they say, do good for goodness sakes. You know what I'm saying? Just do good. Spontaneously. Don't plan it. Just walk up and say, boom, here it is. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because now, what? Allah respects that. He likes that. He loves you. And He teaches you to spread that love around. Am I right or wrong? The month of Ramadan is the month in which the Quran was revealed as a guidance to men and clear proofs of the guidance and the criterion, or what's required criterion. So whoever of you is present in the month, he shall fast therein. See, they repeat this for you to make sure you don't get fooled, tricked. And whoever is sick or on a journey, he shall fast a like, and they got parentheses around it, he shall fast a like number of other days. Allah desires ease for you, and He desires not hardship for you. And He desires that you should complete the number and that you should exalt the greatness of Allah for having guided you, and that you may give thanks. You see, completing the Ramadan fast is a mercy and a blessing from Allah. You are not doing this, you are doing this for Allah Himself, for the goodness of Allah. You understand what I'm saying? The remembrance of Allah is something that people forget. They forget the remembrance. You're doing these things, why? Because these things are going to advance you further in your spiritual life. Am I right or wrong? It says, and when my servants ask thee concerning me, surely I am nigh or near. You know, now He's not there for everybody. He's there for His servants. You follow? He said He's near. You just don't know it. He's near. I'm nigh. I answer the prayer of the suppliant, and when he calls on me, so they should hear my call and believe in me, that they may walk in the right way. Well, we know that in the Nation of Islam, we never had temples, killing temples, under the Most High Muhammad, did we? Right? We didn't have Muslims killing Muslims under the Messenger. Am I right? No, right. We must have been walking right. Now let's take a look across the pond. Every single solitary night, without fail, Muslims are fighting and killing one another night and day. Am I right or wrong? You look at the news, what? Oh, the brother against brother in Egypt, brother against brother in Syria, brother against brother. Am I right or wrong? Because there's so many kinds of Islam, they argue with each other. Am I right? They fight and argue with each other. So we have to be conscious of what's ahead of us. Am I right? Don't you get fooled. Don't you get tricked. Don't you let them con you, because the hour is too crucial. You don't know who will save you. You don't know who will save your life. Right? You don't even know who has the strength of God in them. Am I right? You think it's the guy that's flashy, flamboyant, you know what I mean? Man, they might go to Scientology on you. You understand? Looking all good, but gone. Right or wrong? You can't. You have to understand that Allah makes Muslims, and He makes Muslims in the heart. You find? And if you don't understand that, you may miss your hope. You may miss your blessing. You understand what I'm saying? All of us have a duty. If you are blessed to have the strength in these conditions to be able to make it to a Muhammad's temple in these conditions, let me say something to you. You are cut above. You hear me? You are cut above, because it's hard to make it to the temple. It's hard. The devil has so many obstacles out there to stop you, that for you to make it is really a blessing and a mercy from Allah. Yes. Am I right or wrong?
Right, sir.
I want to continue on with the Ramadan. It says, it is made lawful. It is made lawful for you to go into your wives on the night of the fast. They are an apparel for you, and you are an apparel for them. Allah knows that you acted unjustly to yourselves, so He turned to you in mercy and removed the burden from you. So now, be in contact with them and seek what Allah has ordained for you, and eat and drink until the whiteness of the day becomes distinct from the darkness of the night at dawn. Then complete the fast till nightfall, and touch them not while you keep to the mosque. These are the limits of Allah, so go not near them. Thus does Allah make clear His messages for men, that they may keep their duty. Alright. Everybody clear on what I read? Do you have to fast with the Orthodox Muslims? Huh? Are we descendants of slaves who were brought here in chains? Huh? Wasn't the cry and the desire of our family from way back when to make it back to Africa? Huh? To get back home. They came on a ship called Jesus, am I right? And they kept calling for Jesus. The people in the church, when they say Jesus, they thinking of some spirit guy. But our forefathers and our ancestors, when they said, come back, Jesus, come by here, Lord, they was talking about that boat to get them back out of here from under this vicious, cruel devil and get them back to Africa. They wasn't swinging low chariot and all that, for just to be happy over a spirit guy. And even the songs they sang had meaning.
That's right.
It wasn't just singing songs.
That's right.
They want to get free, man. They want to get back out of here because they were on a journey, and you're on a journey. Right now, when you walk in the room, people hold their nose. Tell me they don't. When you walk amongst this white man right here, he holds his nose. Am I right or wrong? He starts coughing. Got his face, something stinks. You understand? Am I right? Because you're a descendant of slaves. Do you follow what I'm saying? You're on a journey. You're not, do you understand? You're not going to be respected. Am I right or wrong? By these people. They just not going to do it. Do you see? Don't you be like them people. Don't you not be fair and just. Am I right or wrong? You don't have to be the devil. He definitely can't be you. Am I right? He definitely can't be you. So we have to be wise in our thinking, and we have to understand what? If we don't look out for one another, who will? Who will? If we don't look out for one another, who will? Who's going to look out for us? Huh? The white man? You think he's going to do it? If we don't help one another, if we don't be in each other's corner, who's going to help us? Who's going to do it? Huh? Think about it. Do you expect somebody came from China, they're going to do it? Not that Chinese are bad people. They're not devils. But they got their hands full helping their own. You understand? They got enough to do to help their own. It's not that they, and then trying to please the devil, sometimes they go too far. Right? You come in the room, the devil start coughing, you look, some of them start coughing right with the devil. Am I right? And they didn't want to be, I'm with you on this, I'm not with them. You understand? So we have to be smart in our thinking and the things that we do. Does it make sense what I'm saying? We have to protect and look out for one another. Ain't nobody else going to do it. The road to hell is full of people. Am I right or wrong? The road to hell has so many people on it, you can't hardly get through. Everybody going to hell. Right? The road to heaven and salvation is usually a narrow road. Few wayfarers up and down the road on the way trying to make it in. Right? And time manifests truth. Right? One thing you can count on, time will manifest truth. No matter what you do, in time, it will become known. Am I right? Well, we are in the hour, as we're taught by the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, of the manifestation of all defects. Some people spent their time building, how can I say it, large monasteries and churches, and they call them mega churches now. But they didn't save the people. You understand what I'm saying? So now you got big warehouses of dead people clapping to a spirit guide in these places, and nothing's going to come of it. At the same time, you have a few people who have dedicated their life to trying to raise as many to God as they can bring. One thing about the followers of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, you are charged, right? What is the sole purpose of the FOI? What is the sole purpose of the MGT? Is to deliver the 17 million dead to the Lamb of God. Am I right or wrong? Am I right or wrong? Because the bottom line is, when you think about it and you see this, a lot of people are trying to deliver our people to the devil. Right? They are trying to deliver our people to the devil himself. They like to make it look like it's not the devil. They want to take, well, this is some psychological angle that you need. It's not really, when we talk about the devil, it's not really his skin and him. Cut it out. It's his skin and him, and he's the devil, and he's white. Do you understand what I'm saying? Either you follow Messenger Elijah Muhammad, or you don't. You understand what I'm saying? This is the thing. Now, Ludacris made a record sometime back. I like it so much. Get out the way! Get out the way! Get out the way! Boom! You understand? See? That's how I feel about people faking believing in the messenger. Because we got so many people now, praise be Allah, who they are in our way. Am I right or wrong? We can't help our people, save our people, because the devil will give them money, fatten their pockets up. But remember the manifestation of all defects. I touched on it last week. You know, they bring them out. They bring them out. You know, like the rat that caught in the trap in the sun. They got the flashlight, bringing them out. They bring them out, exposing them, right, for what they really are. They've been in your way. So now we've lost so many of our people, right, to all forms of negativity, right, foul lifestyle, drugs, alcohol, right? How can I say it? Just all kinds of negativity. Everything. Just we've lost so many. Am I right or wrong? Right. You don't know what it feels like till you have a friend die in your arms. You know what I mean? You know, see some things that some people have experienced that some people have not. Do you understand what I'm saying? To run up and see your friend coughing blood. You understand? See, some things people have not experienced, others have. And they see life a little differently than people who have been somewhat kind of sheltered. Do you understand what I mean? You see, because if you've been somewhat kind of sheltered, then you don't know what can really happen there. Do you see? Sometimes people giving you good advice may not appear like they should be giving it. Right? But they will give you good advice because why? They've been there. They've been through that. Do you understand what I'm saying? They've been in hell, in the hollow of hell. Not just in hell on the edges. They've been down in the hollow of hell. You know, where they've been tried by this devil. I'm talking about tremendously. To the point that what? They know, they remember when that angel swung through there. They remember when that angel came down and said, grab my hand. Grab my hand. I want to take you up to Allah. I want to take you up to God. Grab my hand. They don't forget that. Because why? It was a mercy from Allah. And they realized, but if you've been sheltered, you don't know. You understand what I'm saying? You have an idea. And I respect even that idea. But until you see it, just like I seen the Nation of Islam. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I gave the analogy of a friend dying in my arms. I did that for a reason. I seen the Nation of Islam. With Savior's days where nobody could hardly get into place. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Lines all around the block.
Yes, sir.
As far as you could see. I seen this. I lived this. I was a part of this. Do you understand? To the point where you could be born in the Nation of Islam. Don't have to go to the devil for anything. Raise your child up. Don't even look to the devil for anything. Do you find what I'm saying? But then I watched it all die in my arms. Can you see what I'm saying now? I watched it coughing up blood spiritually. And I watched our people, little by little, go to the Spirit guide. And we knew the Spirit guide was not going to what? He wasn't going to help us. Right or wrong? He wasn't going to help us. And for the most part, when you look and see, people who went to the Spirit guide, for the most part, they lost everything that they had. Am I right or wrong? The Spirit guide is not a positive thing. The Spirit guide is a negative thing. Do you follow me? You're hoping and hoping and hoping somebody's going to come, but they can't come because they don't exist.
Right.
Do you follow me? It's like Santa Claus. The Spirit guide is no different than Santa Claus. Why do you think the church pushes so hard? It's very similar in context. You got a phantom, a fantasy that you're being told is going to help you. He's going to come down the chimney. They don't even make chimneys like they used to. They got flute pipes in them with a bell on the top now. Do you understand? Santa couldn't get in there, but they still push it. They jingle bell it, right? Deck the halls with holly in a one-horse open sleigh. Man, they don't know nothing about horses or sleighs. Am I right or wrong? So far removed from these things. But one thing about it, you got to keep pushing it if you want to try to make a lie seem real. Well, they're pushing, and they're pushing. Am I right or wrong? Right. But the hour is fast approaching what? All this will be exposed. Everything is going to be shown for what it is. I personally don't care where they worship the Spirit God at. I'm not with it. Right. If they do it at the masjid, I'm not with it. Right. No Spirit God, please. You know how you say no salt, no ketchup, no salt. No Spirit God, please. You understand? If they do it at the church, I'm not with it. You understand? No Spirit God. You see? It's like it says in Isaiah 2:9, I believe it is. It says, for unto us a child is born, not a ghost. Right? Unto us a son is given. Right? Not a ghost, not a spirit, a son. S-O-N. Right? And his name shall be called Mighty Counselor, Prince of Peace, God. Do you understand? Now that's what they use to promote the coming of Jesus. Do you follow what I'm saying? At no point in time do we get a spirit guide until we get into Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Now the Spirit of the Lord moved among the face of the waters, but that's talking more like how, you know, you have a game, you say, win Phillies, rah, 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 Phillies, go Phillies, in the spirit of the game today, ain't you, boy? You understand? Like that sort of thing, the will of God's moving. not no ghosts. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
We don't get into it till we get into Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Then we start finding these ghosts. You understand what I'm saying? They start popping up big time. And that's how I feel about hadiths. Same way I feel about the New Testament, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Oh, I believe it's inspired word of God. I believe all that. But it's been tampered with. Isn't that what the message teaches? It's been monkey with and tampered with. So, but nobody ever wondered if the hadiths were. Huh? Ali, Abu Bakari, Omar, you know what I mean, them guys. Nobody wondered. Because that's really the Islamic Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. That's who that is, really, the Islamic. Am I right or wrong? And they are taking the position that the church has with them that, you know, they have it over there in Islam. See? But I know one thing. This book says, is the truth from your Lord? I'm talking about the Holy Quran now. Or do you say he forged it? Remember reading that? I don't think it's a forgery. I think it's the truth from my Lord. So I'm not going to invent other little things to hang around God's book. See, I'm not going to make a whole lot of other little books to lay around it, the word of Allah. And say, well, he was there. He was there. You know what I mean? He witnessed it. He witnessed it. He saw it. Abu Bakr definitely saw it, you know. Then they're going to turn around and tell you what? Some hadiths are stronger than others. Am I right? Oh, that's a weak hadith. That's a strong hadith. That's a weak hadith, right? So it's kind of like how can I say, like a barrel of snakes. Some of them in there poison, most of them ain't, but some of them in there is. You putting your hand in that? Are you going to reach down in that barrel? Because if some is strong and some is weak, why not just stay with Allah? You know, why not just stay with the Holy Quran? This way you keep yourself safe. You know, now, I know they're going to say, well, Brother Minister Ali, you know that these were companions of Prophet Muhammad. I accept Prophet Muhammad as Allah's prophet. Am I right? Yes, have mad love for Prophet Muhammad. That no slick Saudi Arabian can steal from me. Have love for him beyond what many of them have for him. But I don't know Abu Bakr and Omar now. I don't know. You know what I mean? I know Allah, he's real. I pray, he answers my prayers. You understand? I know he's real. I don't know about Abu Bakr now. You got friends. Haven't you been out sometimes? Hanging out on the weekend, you know? And you at the party, you having a good time and everything, right? And at the end of the party, what? Everybody go home. But Monday at work, you talking about the party. That story is never the same, is it?
No, sir.
Your friend, they're your friends now, but that story is never the same. You ask, you say, well, what was Omar doing? Oh man, Omar was scared of them. There was a lot of women in there, a lot of shorties in there. He wouldn't even speak up, man. Like, cat got his tongue in there. He wouldn't say nothing, right? But then you go to another guy that liked Omar, and he'll say, well, Omar, man, you should see him. He was all over the ladies' back. You should see him. He had rap. He was rap. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's never the same. So why take a chance? When you got the pure, beautiful, unadulterated words of Allah, you know, in their words, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you got it right here, you know. So if you choose to do that, that's on you. But don't get upset with us who follow the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, because we don't see that like that. You know what I mean? Plus the fact that we was in this country for 400 years in slavery and chains, right? Islam, what? It goes, think about what I'm saying. Islam is older than the sun, moon, and stars. Am I right? Nobody came around here with no Quran. Right? When you came out the cotton field, whips on your back, fell on the truck, you know what I mean, to get drugged back to the shack, wasn't nobody along the road talk, tell you about Allah. I want to tell you about your Lord. I want to tell you the wonderful things that Allah has done. He's God. Nobody came along the roads with that. Am I right or wrong? You made it, take it back to the shack and got abused some more. Right? Right or wrong? Nobody came. 400 years. But you came here Muslim. Think about it. You came here Muslim. You've seen roots. Roots is a real good analogy of everything. You've seen roots. Am I right or wrong? You know, when he came in, he was praying, wasn't he? Am I right? Oh Allah, the beneficent and merciful. Oh Allah, the true Savior. But contrary to what's being taught today, all that got beat out of you. And after a few generations, nobody knew anything about Allah, Islam, or anything else, and no one came to teach it. No one came to come by and say, don't forget now. La ilaha illallah. Muhammadan Rasulullah. Don't forget now. Nobody came. Am I right? Right. So it was taken from you, beaten away from you. And in many instances, contrary to popular belief, some Saudi Arabians was riding with the devil when you were taken. Right. Do you understand? And they spoke your language. And that's how the devil gets you. So I'm not all, you know, when you see me, I see them like stand up like they doing the Pledge of Allegiance and all that for Saudi Arabian Islam. Not me. Not me. Because I don't see it like that. Now, I'm not against them. Do you understand? I don't see them as the devil, but I also don't see them as someone that's going to do us much good. Do you understand? I don't see it like that. So some people may say, well, Minister Ali, you know, I beg to differ with you. I think that what you should do, you should go down and check it out a little more. Find out more about Islam. You really can't understand it unless you read and speak Arabic. All them people killing each other every night on the news reading and speak Arabic well. Very well. Much better than I could ever speak and read. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm not there. See? I don't see them as enemies, but I see them as, how can I say it? They've been fooled and tricked. You know what I mean? They've been hoodwinked, right? They've been led astray. I see them that way. Because the bottom line is, if we don't help each other, ain't nothing happening. More black politicians than you can shake a stick at in the city of Philadelphia, right? But take a look around. Take a look at the black man's condition here in the city of Philadelphia. Do you know we got generations of politicians that the whole family was politicians going way back? Take a look around the city of Philadelphia. And what do you see? Think about it. You're being forced out. There's a plan to usurp what you have, take it from you. But it's being done in such a subtle way, unless you have wisdom, you can't see it. I think I see some action. You know, do you see what I'm saying? You follow? I see subtle things, you know what I mean, that's taking you away from you, yourself, your kind. Had the nation of Islam been left alone, I want you to just think about this for a minute. Had the nation of Islam been left alone, hadn't been tampered with, right? Wasn't, how can I say, dismantled after Messenger Elijah Muhammad passed, where would the black community be today? Where would we be today? Can you see what I'm saying to you? Everybody got in our way to stop us, block us, hold us back until they could do their thing. But now, after doing their thing, Allah is just. So now He's exposing this whole thing as somewhat like a fraud. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because now we're finding out that what we thought it was is not that. Am I right or wrong? What we thought it was is something else. Am I right or wrong? It's not something to benefit black people. In fact, they'll get your mind so twisted, brothers and sisters, that you remember reading a few years back where a woman had gotten married to a Muslim man. Right? But he didn't think enough of the black woman to remain with her. He went overseas to get a new wife. Because he's been programmed and taught what? What y'all say it for me? He's been programmed and taught what? Y'all nothing, right? It's more better women than y'all. And he went for it. And the sister was very depressed about it. Her whole countenance was shaking. I've been with him all this time. How could he want to even do this? How could he want another wife on me like this? I don't think she should have got a day in prison. Personally. I think it should have been a case of she was mentally disturbed. Right? When, as the sisters like to say, look at all of this. And he going for that? You understand? And she lost it. I don't think she should spend a day. Because the bottom line is what? The black woman is the most beautiful woman on this planet. Am I right? There's no better woman than the black man on this planet Earth. And we have to be conscious of that, and we have to be aware of that. Because unless we be aware of what's happening, it's always going to be something. It's always going to be some kind of problem, some kind of issue going on. Am I right or wrong? Well, the hour has come for you to take your rightful turn again. Everybody's had a chance to do what they wanted to do. Right? They said, well, it's the community of Islam, right? It's the circle of Islam. It's Al-Islam. It's the Muslim mission. It's the, you understand? Oh, the list goes on and on. The list goes on and on, right? Only to find what? You go to the welfare office. Right. Then am I right or wrong? Right. You go to the bar. Then am I right or wrong? Nothing, how can I say, no extra benefit for going that way. Am I right or wrong? If we were left alone, though, wouldn't that be something? With temples in every city to begin with? Not to start, not to set up, not the work we got to do now, not that. With the temples already set up in all of these cities across America. That little black man, Elijah Muhammad, did that. Do you understand? You understand? Praise to the Lord. Where would the nation of Islam be today? Think about what I'm saying. Where would they be today? Schools. Yeah, let's not forget that. In every city across America, teaching our children the truth of who this skunk is, who they are, what's happening and what will be happening. Where would we be? Instead, they put us to sleep. Am I right? Instead, they put us to sleep. They made us forget the remembrance of Allah and put a spirit in the place of the true and living God. Now, they worship ghosts. Yeah. Holy ghosts. All kinds of ghosts. Right? Casper, the friendly ghost. Spooky, his cousin. See, all ghosts is funny thing about ghosts. You know, people like to see ghosts as always spooky and all that. Casper comes off friendly. See? How you gonna be friendly and he come from the line?
Right.
Do you understand? Of ghosts. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is why I say about the devil. How you gonna be something else when you come from the line of the devil?
Right.
Do you understand? Y'all see, Casper used to try to go out of his orbit, help somebody. Oh, don't fall, you'll fall. You know what I mean? Don't do that. Come here, let me help. Y'all see Casper? Oh, come on. I'm Casper, the friendly ghost. And then Spooky used to come out and shove him all the way down the steps, right? Ah, yeah, that's right. You understand? Yeah, my Spooky, you know, yeah, because that's who I am. Knowledge with snakes. Y'all heard the story before, right? Frozen snake, right? Out in the ice, Brother Captain, right? Frozen snake. Y'all heard that analogy before, right? Frozen. You just, nothing. The snake couldn't do nothing. Kind-hearted person going to take the snake in the house. Put the snake by the mantelpiece with a warmth of the heart can warm the snake up, right? See? Then the snake started moving, and they got along pretty good for a second. Snake was glad he wasn't frozen. He was just enjoying still being alive. You know what I mean? He moving around, right? Then out of the clear blue sky, while he was rocking in his chair, nodded off a little bit, the snake bit him, right? He grabbed him all, pulled the fangs out, blood there. Say, I can't believe you bit me. I don't believe it. Snake said, oh, come on, man. You knew I was a snake when you brought me in here. How you going to be shocked? You understand? See, I feel that way about people who want to go to Scientology with the snake. You know what I mean? See, I feel that way. I feel that way about people who want to incorporate devils into Islam. You understand what I'm saying? And have that snake in it. You know what I mean? I look at people who want to try to romance the snake. You see? You understand me? And then when they get bitten, they shy. I was looking at the news. The guy that hit a big lottery in Florida. Did y'all see that?
Yes, sir.
Fell in love with the devil. How many of y'all seen that?
Yes, sir.
They found him up under her driveway, under concrete. You understand what I'm saying? Do you understand? Up under concrete. Do you understand what I'm saying? You can't. It's a snake.
Right.
Look, the messenger say Allah told him to teach us to be kind and do good to all. Therefore, we don't bother white people, right? And if they do good things for us, what? We respond in kind. Thank you. Right or wrong? Thank you. Right? Because we are not like him. We are built to do good. But as far as taking him as a sincere friend, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. That he got some kind of information or knowledge in his head that's going to advance me spiritually, it's not going to happen. You see? And don't go for greed. See, greed is a deadly sin. You want to sit up on the devil's payroll like some kind of fat pig, you understand? Sucking in money from the devil for months, years, right? Then when the devil comes to you and say, hey, I heard something about you, man. I found out you one of them black Muslims. Right? Now you're going to change up. Not me, man. I'm not no Muslim. Well, we was following your stuff. We've been looking at your stuff. You got black Muslim stuff all through it.
Right.
Ain't no black Muslim stuff. Y'all lying. Right. Y'all lying. Ain't no black Muslim stuff with me. Well, it's right on your website. Right. You know what I mean? And publications. Aren't you this group? Yeah, I'm that group. But he said, well, let me show you. It's on. He told me you can do this here on this page of your site. It says that we the devil and different things. Oh no, boss. I don't know. Somebody put that on there. I don't even know nothing about it. See, you don't have to live like that. Stop trying to be smarter than the messenger of God. You know what I'll do? I'll take me a couple extra wives. That's right. Because I'm a little smarter than the lamb. And I know, according to Islamic law, I can do that. No, you can't. You can't, because Allah in the person of Master Prophet Muhammad taught Messenger Elijah Muhammad right from his very mouth. Am I right?
Right.
And what he decreed for us right from his mouth is what we have to do to be a Muslim follower of the messenger.
Right.
Am I right?
Yes, sir.
We're not talking about any old Islam. We're not mixing apples and oranges. You know what I mean? This is not crepe cranberry apple juice. You understand? No, it's not that. This is straight, pure messenger's teaching. You know? And either you follow him or you don't. You should put another shingle up or something, say, well, we kind of sort of follow the message. Little bit, you know. Need to have that on the shingle. Right? You know how you go to some places, everything is not kosher. Right? Y'all seen that before. Everything is not halal. Some items may be different. Do you understand? You need to have that on your shingle. We will disobey the messenger of God at times. Do you understand what I'm saying? You need to have that on there. We'll be disobedient at times, you know, right? Because for us to get where we need to go, what? You're going to have to obey the messenger, right? You have to obey the God that he represents. Other than that, we're going to be just like a dog chasing his tail. Going in circles, and not going anywhere. Keep crying out the truth. Keep teaching the program. No matter how many, no matter how few. Keep teaching the program. Because in that is your blessing. Do you understand me? It's your blessing. And everybody, how can I say it? We used to have court when the messenger was here. And this is just a little wake-up reminder for some people who are going way off course. In the city of Philadelphia, Wednesday night, temple was a little earlier letting out, and we had stayed for court. And it kept us a little longer. But if you broke laws, you came up in front of the court. What were some of the crimes? You know what I mean? What were some of the crimes that I witnessed? Huh? Went there for a reason. Well, what's the charges, brother investigator? Oh, we had a brother investigator. He didn't escape free. Somebody's watching you. Michael Jackson wasn't wrong when he was singing. I feel like somebody's watching. Investigator will get on you. You understand? Well, what's the charge, brother investigator? Brother so-and-so has a wife. He's flirting with other sisters, and we think we got to keep him company with another woman somewhere. Is that true, brother? Yes, sir, it's true. Right? You're out of here. Do you understand? It's just like the ball game. You're out of here. You understand? Now the thing is, today, you can bring someone down and say, brother so-and-so already has a wife. And he's keeping company with another sister. He may be actually flirting with other sisters. Oh, that's cool, man. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing to that. This is, you know what I mean? Let's just keep moving out. Let's roll with that, man. Let them have 4 or 5 of them. It don't matter. We can know. Do you see the difference? Can you see what I'm saying? Strict obedience to the messenger will get you success and blessings. Right. Disobedience to the messenger will get you hell and damnation. That's right. We used to call it the dunya. We'll have you out in the dunya crying every night. Some people think they can get away with things, but you can't. You can't. The truth will come to light. You see? And most of the time, whatever we do is working against us anyway. You know, we just like doing it. But you're strong enough. You know, you follow the messenger of God. You can reach down in your heart. Am I right? And you can master any challenge that's coming your way. Am I right or wrong? You can master it. We've been tried. I mean, we've been taken to the lowest point in life, right? And we've been taken to the highest point in life. Okay? So we have to be wise in our dealing and our thinking. And we have to know in our hearts what? That there is no God but Allah. And he came to us in the person of Master Muhammad. There is no other God. Don't expect any other God. It's just not going to happen. Do you see what I'm saying? So, I went from the Ramadan reading because I want you to see how the nation has flowed Do y'all follow what I'm saying? I want you to see how this flows. You don't have to feel bad as a Muslim if you don't fast with the Orthodox community. You understand? You don't have to feel bad as a Muslim. Do you understand me? If you don't want but one wife, it's perfectly right. You should only want one wife. That's what the messenger teaches us. Am I right? And you know, and this may come as a surprise to many Orthodox brothers and sisters, but Prophet Muhammad teaches it too. Did y'all know that? He said one wife is best for you if you know. Yeah, he teaches it too. But the thing is, people always want some angle, a way around things, and so they go for it. Do you see? So be wise. Be wise. Get the good things in life that's for you. Don't go for the things, the shallow things in life that's going to work against you. You're going to be tried. Don't think you're not going to be tried. There's always something going to try you. You know what I mean? And we have to love each other enough to put our arms around one another and say, listen, I love you. You understand? I love you, brother. I love you, sister. And I want you to be able to live a good life. I pray Allah that He will bless you and help you overcome any obstacle. Because all of us have something. Am I right or wrong? All of us, is none perfect except Allah. All of us have some shortcoming. Right? Something. We may not recognize it, but something. And we need to call on Allah to overcome it. Do you see what I mean? You'd be surprised how many people have knowledge of this teaching in their head, but they was pulled off to sleep and led astray by people. Do you understand what I'm saying? Who, how can I say it? Don't have the best interest of the temple at heart, or the nation at heart. They was just pulled off, you know. But they know this teaching. Some of them are out in the street. You see them looking like Lazarus. You see them looking all kinds of things. But it don't mean they don't know this teaching. You follow me? Now, our duty is to get out there and reach these people. That's what we have to do. We have to learn how to get out there and reach these people. Because they need us, y'all. And they need us in a bad way. You know? Many of us, you know, we're very comfortable. And rightfully so. Because we sacrifice, right? And the law bless us. We obey Him. Am I right? We do the things He asks us to do. Am I right? So we've been made pretty much very comfortable. And we're blessed. You see? But don't become bored with your blessing. Y'all follow what I'm saying? Don't become bored with it. Because if you become bored with the blessing, it may make you do other things. That's why I always say, give thanks. The messenger say, give thanks. Right? All through the Quran, give thanks. Give praises. Right? Fly to Allah. Ask Him for mercy. All through the book. Am I right? Because it what? It opens our eyes and it helps us. Right? But keep in mind what I'm saying. All we can do to help each other, we need to do it. Ramadan is not just a month that, you know, you fast and become slimmy. Yeah, some people just fast and say, but am I right? Tell me I'm wrong. You become slimmy. Well, it's a month for you to get closer to Allah. I encourage you to start reading the Quran. You know, try to read the whole Quran by the end of the month. You know, go read as much as you can each night. They like to say a third each, but do it a quarter. Do as much as you can. Try to read the whole book by the end of the month, and you'll get a better understanding of what Allah is trying to say to you. You see, and He will open your eyes, bless you, and give you a better insight into how to be a better Muslim. I know it gets boring, and I know that everything around us is ringing. This is the way to go. Do you understand? But I'm telling you, get up close and take a good look at them. They're saying this is the way to go. And you'll find that maybe you really don't want to go that way. You know, in the book of Daniel, it talks about a beast had the feet of iron and clay. And clay is just a sign of weakness. You know what I mean? And you'll see people that are strong, but the clay part of their feet causes them to fall. Do you understand? They can't stand strong enough. The clay crumbles, so they fall. But I want you to be on firm, solid ground with the messenger. You understand? Master Prophet Muhammad is right there. He told us, I'm following behind my Lord. He's following what? I'm following behind my Lord. I'm trying to get to him. And if you want to get to him, you need to follow closely behind me. Not these other jokers. People are telling you to get behind because they got some wisdom. Supreme means what? What does supreme mean? Highest, isn't it? If you have been taught supreme wisdom, why is you over in the red light district looking for something? Better get back to learn how to dance with the one that brought you to the party. You understand? Stop looking over their shoulders at other things. You see? Because but for who brought you to the party, you wouldn't be where you are. Am I right or wrong? So we got a lot to do, a lot to master, a lot of things we have to overcome. We're doing good at it, y'all. Let me tell you. It may not seem like it all the time, but we're doing good at it. We got a lot of believers, like I say. All are not here. We have many that will come. More will come. And as we continue to talk to people, more will come. Some people come, like my brother. I appreciate him. Because I'm sure that came a desire to do it. You understand what I mean? You may not see it. May be many people like that. You follow? Yes. But if you keep teaching, you'll find all of a sudden there's thousands of people like that come off and on. Do you understand what I mean? Just don't quit. Keep pushing this truth forward. Don't back up. Everybody all right? Yes. All right, so Ramadan, we're clear, right? We fast a like number of other days. It is our right to fast a like number of other days. We are on a journey. The black man is definitely sick. The messenger said not only is he sick, but Allah told him, Master Prophet Muhammad, that he is blind, deaf, and dumb. That's beyond sickness, isn't it? And that's beyond what? You follow what I'm saying? Being on a journey. If you just out there, it's just simple out there, don't know, right? That's worse. Right. Am I right? Because you are really on a journey now, even to get back to your good senses. Am I right or wrong? Right. So, hold your ground. Don't let them kind you. Know that we're right. Go in the book and show them. Say, what do you mean we mess around? Look, here. You believe in slavery? Do you believe it took place? See, our slavery could start turning into something like how the Jewish Holocaust has turned. You know, some people believe it never happened. Y'all do know that. Well, we don't want them to start thinking slavery never happened. Huh? Am I right? Right. We don't want anyone, because actually we are, how can I say it, more removed from that Holocaust than they are. We don't want people thinking that there never was slaves in America. Presidents here had slaves. You hear me? George Washington had slaves. Jefferson fell in love with a slave running with her. You understand? All of that. You understand what I'm saying? We don't want them thinking that slavery didn't happen. Because to start sweethearting and getting the Stockholm Syndrome, you can do that. You'll forget it happened. And you'll get to thinking that we all been treated the same shot. No. We've been through quite a bit more than other people. Am I right? This is called the cruelest institution that's ever been on earth. The institution of slavery. No people have ever endured what we've endured. Right or wrong? Right. Nobody's ever been treated as cruel as we've been treated. We have to remember that, and we have to keep that in mind. With that, I hope and pray that Allah, in the person of Master Prophet Muhammad, will bless you with a successful Ramadan. How's everybody's Ramadan going? Let me ask that. Going well? Okay. Hold your ground. There's a lot of blessings coming, spiritual, physical, mental. There's a lot of gifts coming with this, right? Think about what I'm saying, you know, and the beauty part, the beauty out of you. You know what I mean? All of a sudden, you forgot how smashing you was, right? Then at the end of Ramadan, you look and say, whoa, I am that person, you know. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, hold your ground. I'm going to bring my lecture to a close, and we're going to leave a little earlier today. We don't have to, we don't have to stay completely through. But do we have any questions or anything about Ramadan before we close out?